Internal Revenue Service IRS Tax News. Understanding the Taxpayer's Right to Quality Service. IRS Tax Tip 2021-95, July 1st, 2021. It's important for all taxpayers to know their right in case they need to work with the agency on a tax matter. The Taxpayer Bill of Rights, there's a link to the Taxpayer Bill of Rights here, lists and defines 10 fundamental rights of every taxpayer. Included on that list is the right to quality service. Taxpayers have the right to receive prompt, courteous, and professional assistance from the IRS. And the IRS is actually getting better and better at that in terms of their website. Actually, their phone service, they're pretty much falling short on that. We saw a report yesterday come out that they have a pretty low percentage of the time to get back to the phone calls. But they do a good job in terms of basically sending out letters and whatnot when they're going to be taking action. And obviously, they are improving their website and whatnot. And I'm sure, obviously, COVID had to do with that phone thing too. But that's the first one here. We got be spoken to in a way they can easily understand. I think the IRS is working on that a little bit more too with the other languages and whatnot on their website that they're putting up. Receive clear and easily understandable communications from the IRS. And I think normally the IRS is pretty good on that, again, with their mailed communication and whatnot. To get back to them sometimes, again, a little bit difficult if you want to talk to actually a person to do that. But I think they're pretty clear in terms of the position they're taking with the letters they're sending out usually. So if you can wait and you have email correspondence or mail correspondence, they're pretty good at the mail correspondence typically. So speak to supervisor about inadequate service. So here are some things taxpayers can expect when working with the IRS. IRS representatives will listen objectively. They will consider all relevant information. So again, it's kind of hard to talk specifically to an IRS agent at this point in time, but through other means when you're communicating with them, they do that, they're pretty good at that generally. The representative will answer questions promptly, accurately, and thoroughly. When collecting tax, the IRS will treat people with courtesy. So they try to do it in the nicest possible voice when they say, give us your money. But please, they say please, like sometimes. So the IRS usually only contacts taxpayers between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. The IRS won't contact the taxpayer's employer if the agency knows the employer doesn't allow such contact. So the IRS hopefully, doesn't say, hey, we're going to contact your employer and tell them you don't pay your taxes, because that could cause problems. The IRS won't make aggressive phone calls that threaten arrest or prison. So the IRS doesn't generally do that, which is nice. If the IRS takes action, usually it's going to be a long process, and well in advance that they're going to take action. Usually they're going to say, hey, we're going to have a lien, and now we're going to do this and that. They don't just suddenly call out and say, we're going to, do this right now, or, the police will be at your door. That's not generally how it works. It's an agency, so bureaucratic agency processing here. So the agency must provide the taxpayer with information about how to get help from the Taxpayer Advocate Service and all statutory notices of deficiency. So that's going to be a service kind of designed to set up for helping taxpayers and giving them advice. If someone is eligible for the low-income taxpayer clinic, there's a link to that here. The IRS will provide information about options for legal help. Taxpayers can find answers to most tax questions on irs.gov, irs.gov, the IRS website. Taxpayers can also contact the IRS directly by calling the number on the top right corner of all notices and letters. More information can be found at the links below. We got the Taxpayer Advocate Service, Publication 556, Examination of Returns, Appeal Rights and Claims for Refund, Forms and Publications About Your Appeal Rights, Publication 594, the IRS Collection Process. There's links to those items here, and there'll be a link to this in the description.